So in this building right behind me, they just passed legislation to avert the partial government shutdown, legislation which was signed by President Donald J. Trump. Now, here's the deal. It does not include funding for DHS beyond February the 13th. That was not included in part of the deal because Chuck Schumer caused a crap ton of noise about it, and he was unwilling to have it in because of what they're doing with the immigration, what they call raids in Minnesota. I don't call it that. It sounds very inflammatory, especially because all they're doing is they're coming in and they're ejecting people who do not belong in this country. Now, to add to that, do you know that in Virginia, they recently proposed a bill that would not allow ICE to get rid of illegal immigrants within 40 feet of a polling station? The bill, which I read, verbatim equates getting rid of illegal immigrants near a polling station with electioneering. And the reason why that's insane is because why should an illegal immigrant feel safe at a polling station? They should feel intimidated at a polling station, but no real voter, no real person who can actually vote should be intimidated. So what the bill essentially would do is it would classify ICE operations as a Class 1 misdemeanor in that state. And not only that, but if the electoral board meets or there's a recount of the vote at the voting station, then you're not allowed to get rid of illegal immigrants. Well, how are they going to feel intimidated when a recount is happening? If they just happen to be congregating around there, hanging out around there, then get them out. I don't understand what the deal is. Why is it so hard? Not only that, but she's proposed 50 additional taxes on Virginians. So what are we going to do about it here? That's my question on Capitol Hill. Because when it comes to what's being done on Capitol Hill, we need to make sure that DHS is funded so that we get funding for ICE, we get funding for maritime security, we get funding for cybersecurity, we get funding for, I don't know, TSA. Isn't flying important to the American people? Yes, it absolutely is. And that's why tomorrow we're going to be asking the very important questions at a congressional dinner. And Anna Paulina Luna, we have a meeting with her tomorrow. We'll be asking her, essentially, why is it that she voted for the funding bill? Just out of general curiosity, and basically, essentially succumb to the Trump requirement, the Trump ask, that she do that despite the fact that the SAVE Act was detached from it. In addition to that, Senator John Thune made it very clear. He's not made a decision yet, but it seems clear that he's not really going to bend on the zombie rule when it comes to the filibuster to make it so you only need a simple majority to pass the SAVE Act and to make it law, to make voter ID law in this nation, to make proof of citizenship as a requirement to register to vote law in this country. Let's get our act together. We are Americans. Let's stand strong.